Hey, I'm Suzy, and welcome to 30 Minutes of Dance. Today's class is a dancer cross-training workout for longevity. So we will work in a way that is sustainable, that helps you to feel good in your body, that frees up some space and gives you a nice easy stretch and feels good on the joints. Also some core awareness, right? We want to stay centered and connected to our breath. So clear your space, have water nearby. As always, I will be barefoot. You're welcome to wear shoes if you like, and I'll be using a yoga mat, a block, and a strap, but you could work on the rug today and use a hand towel or a couch cushion if you prefer, if you don't have a block. So it all works. Welcome. Let's anchor. So you can stand on the mat if that feels better to you. Actually, why don't you stand on the mat too? That feels good. Okay. And then plant the feet. So the first little bit is just a warm up to get you to feel what it is to be standing on your own 2 feet. And to take a moment to shrug off any tension, anything you might have carried into our class today. Like, let's just roll the shoulders and shrug it off. And then a gentle swinging motion. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms down. So we'll inhale and lift, and exhale and drop. So this easy motion helps to get the body moving, get your energy stirring, and your immune system gets a little boost. This series that we're going to do here to start, just a few things you could do every day, right when you wake up, or midday when you really want to just take a nap. Just to feel like you're in your body, getting the lungs moving. Deep plie, so you feel the ankles nice and steady, knees are tracking over the toes. Good. Now let's just take one arm up and one arm down. Bend and switch. Drop, swing. And it's your rhythm. I'm kind of going a bit under tempo so that we're moving mindfully. Good. Now, if it feels good in your body to lift up and bend the knees and squat and swing back. It's a drop swing where you let it go. I'm going to turn just to the side so you can see. It's a hinge at the hips, not a rounding through the spine, but a hinge like you're, getting ready to sit into a really low chair. Up and down. Good. So hopefully you're starting to feel like you're breathing a bit deeper. Now same thing with the lower body, and we'll repeat what we did with the arms. Right, this is a dance move. Yeah, if you want to throw back a little. I mean, throw it back in time, not your head. Keep everything in alignment. But the attitude of dance, lightening up here. Good. Last few. Standing even taller. Activate your backside. Get the glutes involved here. We stand up. Good. Last one. Each side. And then reach up and let the arms come down by your side. You might widen your stance, even turn the toes out slightly, and we'll plie, reach up and down. So, right, familiar. You can change the crossing of the arms. I'm going to go a little wider if it feels good to you. And it doesn't have to be anything more. Just crossing up and down, overhead, and across your center. Good. Keep breathing. And there's that little rebound. It's not bouncy. It's just a deepening. Good. Last few. Nice. We're kind of clearing the energy and the the right and the left, our wingspan here. And again, moving the lungs. That's how we dance for longevity. Get the heart pumping, the lungs filling. The last one. Good. Come back towards the parallel-ish. Slightly wider than your hips. And then inhale, arms are going to reach out. And then exhale, cross the body. It's a hug. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now you might take a little plie in between this and keep alternating the crossing, right? And the elbows have a little bend, so you're not like forcing the joints. Yeah, just opening through the chest without pushing yourself out of alignment, yeah? So zip up the belly, keep breathing, open and close. Awesome. Now, same thing, just a little shift in perspective. We're gonna open out to the side. So right arm's gonna lift, left arm down, and then cross, and then switch, and cross, and switch. So there's this little bit of a lean, right? A lift and lean for the torso. Left arm, cross right, cross left, reach. And you could go a little lower and a little higher now. So you hinge at the hips, stretching and pressing forward and through. Good, last couple. All right, here we go. Last one each side. And come back to the center. Shoulders, kind of tap it in now. Bring yourself right underneath. Slightly wider maybe. Hips width-ish, so that you can turn and pick up the ball of the heel of one foot. So we're shifting to the right and we come to the ball of the left foot. And then through the center, nice and slow. So there's that little bit of an arc there. And then shift, ball of the foot, shift, ball of the foot. Now, you could do it right here, yeah, and it's a swing, yeah, and the music takes you, and you're just wrapping the arms around, and there's maybe a little, body percussion as you tap the back of the heart, or the low back, right? Where are you feeling tight today? Where do you need a little massage or some love pats? And then you can create that massage to clear the stagnant energy. That's what we're doing. Now you could go a little deeper, up and down, woo, side to side. Good. You might even take the arms up across. Yeah, so plie and lift, plie and lift. Now the arms coming across. And again, there's that love pat for the shoulder, the upper trap there where the neck and the head, maybe hold some tension around the jaw. Woo, but let it swing. Last little bit. And you're feeling the weight shift. Nice and easy. Good, come back to the center. And then just go side to side. Tipping, could be a tendu moment. Or even like, woo, way off to one side. Yeah, tipping the scale. And bring your legs back in toward hips width. Now pause for a moment. Let the shoulders rise and draw down. And just notice how you feel. And the music comes in. Now imagine you're dancing in place. All right, we have to just, let our minds dance, the breath dance. And when you can't, hit the floor, you could always dance in place, and that little bit of wiggle is actually boosting your mood, giving you more energy. So let it wiggle, and then the hips can kind of steer right and left, the chest right and left, and then maybe reaching across, or maybe the arms in the air, and you're just dancing in place. Now let it just shake it off. All right, swinging, wiggling, shaking. All help to clear stagnation, to open up the channels of the body, to get everything circulating. And then tap your toes side to side with the right and left. Yeah, arms are just kind of swinging. Just pick up the balls of the feet, where the arms are doing the same thing. Yeah, it just feels like a thing. Turn the legs out, out, and up and over. Turn out, tap it out. Walk it a little wider, side to side, heel, and this little bit of a kick, yeah, this little bit of a like heel push into the floor is also bringing some energy, like rebounding up. Be gentle, you don't have to like slam it, but you can just feel that weight shift. Energy's coming up and over with arms. Good. Then bring yourself back to the center. Little drop swing. Figure eight. The sign of infinity. We have to do that if we're doing a class about longevity. So you circle, drop swing, arc across the front. Let the hips go with you. Again, how are you stirring your energy, stoking your energy? Come back to the center. Find that moment where you're standing in alignment. And now, come to stillness, but feel that the movement is still vibrating through your body. All right? It's important to notice that. When you're feeling like maybe you don't have any energy, like just kind of call back to this. Let this imprint where you go, oh no, all I gotta do is squirm it out, wiggle it out, shake it out, draw a sign of infinity. And I can recall this energy shift. All right, inhale, reach the arms out, and then like you're pushing through water, up and over, and pressing down. One more. Now, a fountain of energy. So come from the center, reach the arms up. Woo, like you're just bursting with energy, and the arms come down again. Inhale up, exhale. This fountain from your base, rising, and let's take it to the floor. So if you want to use a chair to help you get there, or I'm going to use my block just to build the floor up a little higher to meet, yeah? And then as you reach for the sky, like a yawn, and then take your hands to your hips, to your thighs, to the chair or your block, and then step yourself back into all fours through a lunge. So here we are, hands and knees. This could also be forearms, yeah. Or if your knees are sensitive, fold the mat over or put a blanket or pillows underneath. And then here's a chance to let the spine move like a wave. As you inhale, claw the floor, and then as you exhale, just push the floor away and feel how the spine lifts, the navel lifts, you're rounding, doming through the spine, and then inhale, exhale. You keep the head on your spine here. You don't have to like look up or look down too much. You're just trying to feel that this is happening at your center, right? Like when we feel the movement, even though we're still, can you feel this core movement, even though you're not moving very dramatically through the spine, right? It can be subtle, right? That's how we create longevity. We move in a way that preserves our energy. Yeah. So nothing too big, nothing too dramatic. And then from here, let's come to the forearms. And then wag your tail and let your head go side to side. Again, if this doesn't feel good on your knees, then make it really small. Or let's come onto the bellies. Walk your knees down. The belly, you only have one, yeah. So come onto your belly and then bend your knees and allow this energy to shift side to side. Rest your head on your hands. And just this is so good for freeing up your low back. consider circling the legs like you were treading water. So the legs, like little egg beaters, you know, they move independently of one another, right and left. Don't worry about getting it right, just keep moving. If anything feels sharp, stop, take a breath, and come at it with a softer approach. Go ahead and switch the direction of your circles. Think less, breathe more. Yes. And then exhale, walk your legs back in. Bring the hands in close. Let your head rest for a moment. And then exhale from your belly, press yourself back and come to sit. So come off to your side to sit down for a moment. And then lie down. So we're going to thread the arm through the window of the other arm. And come onto your back. And I'm inching just to kind of get myself square on the mat. And again, the inching is part of it, right? This like kind of squirming around and getting a feel of like moving without using your hands, right? But using like your hips and your shoulders, moving from the core. Let's explore that for a moment. So keep your head down. You're gonna reach across, like reach right up and over your chest. Reach hand to hand, side to side. Reach and grab. Almost like if you were in a rollover and turn off your alarm. Yeah. Side to side. Yeah. Good. And the music is just asking us to come back to center and to dance again. So let your hands come to your hips and circle your hips like you were doing like a hula on the floor, right? Or like, you know, hula in bed before you get out of bed in the morning is so good for your low back, kind of get you going. Switch the direction. All right, we need more hula. Good. And then come back to center. From here, plant your feet. If you like, you could use your block or a pillow between the knees, and this just gives us a little more core support. So we plant the block between the inner thighs, or whatever you have there. If it's a blanket, you could kind of roll it, or a pillow, so you've got some feedback. And then we're gonna squeeze and kind of lift the pelvic floor, right? We're building our inner strength here. So squeeze the legs, lift the pelvic floor, and then lift the hips up just a couple inches off the floor. Arms can go out to the side. Now feel like you're doing really the dance of your choice. If it's more of a samba, but with your feet planted. Salsa, feet planted. Keep squeezing the block between the inner thighs, inner knees. And then feel that zigzag, the swivel kind of feeling in the hips. It's small, doesn't have to be major. Just kind of squirming through and giving a squeeze. Good, and hopefully you're feeling your legs are working, your glutes are working. And then come on down. Oh, release, but keep the snuggle of the block. Now, arms either to the side, goal post, or if it feels okay to reach over your head, again, like a big yawn. And then lift your hips. This is gonna feel kind of silly, but stay with me. Squeeze the inner thighs. What hasn't, right? Silly is good for us. So squeeze the inner thighs, and then walk your heels to the right, then your toes to the right, then your heels to the right, and your toes to the right. Heel, toe, until your feet maybe are off the floor, or on the floor. Your feet are definitely on the floor, but you're not on your mat anymore, and then lift up as high as you might here, and then come down on this diagonal. So you're kind of offset, right? On the diagonal, come up and down. Doesn't have to be really high. It's just like baby steps, up and over. Good. The next time you come up, sort of midway point, maybe even lower, and then go to the left with your toes, and then left heels, left toes, left heels, left toes and heels, and heel toe all the way over to your left side. So the arms and the upper back and shoulders are holding the space. You go off-road until you get your feet maybe on a different surface. And then lift up without tucking the tail under, just kind of up and down, slow and gently on this diagonal. So we've offset the pelvis, come on up. Deep breath. The breath is what's moving your bones. Coming down. Good, one more lift. And then this lift is gonna pull you back to center. So go toes to the right, heels to the right, toes to the right, heels to the right, toes and heels until you come back to the center. And that little bit of adjusting is really important. Come back through the middle and then come back down. Good, take your hands to the block. Go ahead and set that off to the side. Take a moment, another little dance break. You could just swing your hips right and left. They're still on the floor, but swing them right and swing them left. Stay with it. Good. And then from here, take your hands behind your head. Good. Exhale. Now, if the elbows aren't on the floor, that's okay. You could also keep the elbows kind of lifted. Press your head into your hands. If you need to do this with just one arm at a time, it all counts, yeah? So the idea is that we're gonna fire up our belly here. We're gonna get centered. But it's very much about the rib cage and the hips. Like your ribs and your hips are like creating a little X shape, yeah? And so what I want for you to do is to focus on dropping your head into the floor or into your hands, and then try to move your right rib cage and your left hip toward one another. It's gonna be small, but it'll feel big. And then relax. So your right rib cage and your left hip are magnetized toward one another, and then relax. And just notice how that feels across your low back. Again, right ribs move towards your left hip, and then your left hip sucks into your right ribs. And then rest. Now let's try the other side. Now your left rib cage is moving towards your right hip, and then your right hip moves towards your ribs. And relax. Again, left ribs diagonally pull towards the right hip, and then the right hip moves like a suction that pulls it towards the rib cage. And relax. Again, rib cage, low belly, right low belly and hip. Good, and then as you gather the ribs and the hips, release. Now, lift your hands to lift your head. Oh, then integrate. So you're gonna use your core, you're gonna squeeze the navel in a bit. Try to send the tailbone down while you're squeezing the belly button in. Tailbone down, belly button in. Tailbone down, belly button in. And then press your head into your hands to come back down. Good, relax. Let's do that twice more. So your hands are gonna lift your head. Not your head lifting, but it's your upper body kind of helping. Then funnel the navel in, and imagine you're pulling the belly button up, like up between your shoulder blades. Then, little bonus, your right elbow gets really heavy and starts to move towards your right hip. And then back to center, tailbone down, belly button in. Now your left elbow gets super heavy. And tailbone down, belly button in, press your head into your hands. Come on down. Are you feeling your core? I hope a little. And then from here, bring the soles of the feet together in a butterfly shape. If that feels super dramatic, you could put pillows underneath, or you don't have to do that at all. Okay? So option, or stay with the feet planted. So now, exhale, pull your belly button in, and then imagine that your belly button is being drawn up between your shoulder blades. And the ribs and the hips are coming together. Try to keep the ribs and the hips coming together, but your tailbone's not curling under, it's pressing down. right? Subtle movement. Then press your hands into your head to lift up. So your hands are lifting you up. Keep your head on your spine. And then dip your right knee or your right elbow towards your knee. Imagine you're bringing the knee to the elbow too. And then back to center, head gets heavy. Use your hands to lift up. The navel pulls in and up. And then elbow towards the knee, but also imagine you're bringing the knee towards the elbow. And then exhale, coil in, and lie back down. Let it go. Arms release. So that's some focused work. You don't have to do these big grand movements. You really want to come from your center, move from your center. Let the legs turn in and out. And the next time you roll to your side, press on up, slow-mo towards seated. And once you come to sit, again, if you need to sit a little higher, you could sit on the block or on a blanket and kind of prop yourself higher. And this last variation on the theme is, and you can put whatever leg you want in front, like kind of cross them. You could even put things under the knees if you need. But the goal is to have your hips a little higher, if you can, than your knees. So if you're sitting like this, you need to sit up higher or even sit in a chair so that the legs can fall and open. Okay, that helps us to sit in alignment for like posture, and it's nice lifted posture. And that's really the key to kind of being comfortable and feeling good in your body for the long haul is posture, how we align our energy, right? And you've seen that we don't have to be moving a lot to feel energy moving. So now as we sit, wag your tail back and then send your tailbone forward slightly toward me. Just a gentle shift forward and back. And you could do this on a chair. Moving on a chair like this, like if you've been sitting at the computer, is really helpful. Just this little bit of movement, this little bit of rocking will help to give you some more energy, all right? And then stirring. So the hands can be wherever it supports you. And I just happen to be on a yoga mat doing this, but I do this, even in the car, when you start to feel like things are shrinking and sinking down and you start to feel kind of bogged down by everything and the weight of it all. Squirming, wiggling, stirring the energy helps to give you that boost and align you so that you can move through the world with greater ease and joy. Let's switch the direction. If it feels good to switch the leg that's in front or you want to try it on, go ahead and do that. This is more about the spine and the energy that we're stirring at the base. Good, bring yourself maybe around 3 more circles. And then as you come back to the middle, let's cheer ourselves on with the right arm and the left arm. So side bends give you energy. So let's not deny ourselves those as we go side to side. Good. Just feeling the vibe. Circle out your wrist. If it feels too much for the shoulders with the arms up and over, you could always take the fingertips to the shoulder or even one hand on your heart. It's more about where's my center, right? Where's the torso? What's the spine doing? Not the arms. Right? Arms and legs are like bells and whistles. It's, where's your heart in this? Awesome, come back to center, reach up like a big yawn. And then let's come over, slow transition to hands and knees. Use your support system. So I'm gonna use the block again and I'm gonna step forward. Put the block under the other hand and step forward with the opposite leg into a lunge and then push off. Take a deep bend in the legs and then press up, power forward and through with the hips. Walk back so we feel the kind of full circle. Oh yeah, maybe we circle, full circle, what? Come back to the center. Reach up Big yawn. Hold on to your left wrist, take a side bend and squeeze the wrist some. And then other side, a little squeeze. And then, oh, well done. Thank you so much for moving with me. Keep doing it every day and you will be amazed with how good you feel, how much energy you have. Just little steps go a long way. I'm Suzy. I'll see you soon.